Pretty. We're gonna sound like we know stuff. Yay!
Hello.
We're just here to be cynical.
Yes.
We're here to make jokes and talk about stuff that we're not experts in, like most of the internet.
And vagina.
We have opinions. Welcome back to the show, Justin.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
So we're gonna talk about E3 because it's Wednesday the 17th, so it's about No, it's the 18th.
It's the last day. Last day of E3 is today, I believe.
It's not even Wednesday.
It's not even Wednesday.
No,
it's
not
Thursday.
Wednesday. It's Thursday. Yeah.
I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about time we say something about E3 because we talk about games and stuff.
It's not like anyone else does.
Yeah, we're the only ones. This is your single and best source for video games.
Everyone else is a bunch of losers.
I only watch E3 to find out when Minecon is going to be. That's the whole reason I watch E3 now.
All right. Can we start with that? Can we start with Minecraft and what happened there?
You saw the Microsoft conference, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, couple things with that. I think the HoloLens is cool. I really think the concept is cool, and I thought what they did with Minecraft was really interesting. But I have to say, what made that work had nothing to do really with the HoloLens. It was because they were using a game that
is made out of Java.
It's made out of it's not just that, but like the stuff that he was doing with the game by like moving it in and out as a spectator, as like an enhanced admin essentially. That's built into the game. Like the HoloLens didn't have to do any work really to do that. That was like, hey, I'm now going to fly around as if I was in the game, and it's a different interface, sure, but it didn't have to do that. Minecraft did that. That's how it works.
Yeah, see, I was hoping it was going to be like God mode, so you could like pick someone up and stick him somewhere else.
I wanted to see him grab a block and move it.
Or just like take his hand and knock everything over at once.
Yeah.
That would have been sweet.
That would have been awesome.
I think what really would have sold the HoloLens concept for gaming was just do an RTS.
Yeah.
And if they really wanted to go like the full Monty, a space RTS. So he's got like ships flying all over around him, and like they fire a shot, and if they miss that shot, it just goes sailing off into the wall or to the floor, ceiling, whatever.
Well, I was thinking about other applications. I mean, is it wireless? Is the thing wireless? I couldn't see if the guy had something connected to his head or not.
Yeah, it is.
He had a cord running down.
What I'm thinking of is stuff like
here we go.
Like paintball, for example. What if they had like a version of Halo where everybody wears the headsets, and then you guys also all run around in an arena shooting at each other?
Yeah, I mean, I could see an application like that. I mean, that would work, but at the same time, how does that better than just going to an arena and actually playing paintball?
That's true.
So let me fast forward here to, past all this stuff where they pretend like they know each other.
All the talkie stuff.
All the talkie stuff.
Oh, hi.
Okay,
fancy seeing you here.
Yeah, like that, what he's doing there, playing against a wall, I think that's awesome. Like the ability to have a customizable size screen, in all these different places, awesome, cool. I'm on board. But then, this part, while it looks really cool, the game does this to an extent. This
definitely blew my mind though when I saw this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm not trying to just trash talk it, but what I am saying is, if you really wanted to impress me, show me something like this, not in a game that natively does it, and works this way to an extent. Yay, everybody in our green shirts.
Yeah,
we're not paid at all.
But I mean, it's pretty dang cool, and I like some of the stuff that they did here, the ability to move it back and forth, but he's a spectator. He's not really.
I want him to be able to right now with that chick in the house, just grab that house and squeeze it.
Squeeze. Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Oh, that's a nice house. Take your hand and just smack it.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, what I really want to see is him reach down there and grab a block and move it and put it somewhere else. I want to see you design a house and do an action like you have to double tap or something. I'm sure they could figure out a way to make it really work well. But
just have like some item keyboard sitting off to the side.
Yeah.
Just like
hit one of them.
Hit one of them. Go, okay, we'll make this line here.
Like right here. What if he could just take his finger and stick it right in the middle of the track and stop her dead in her place?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Interactivity. Yeah, I mean, cool. You can move the wrap around and you kind of view everything, and you're doing your Minority Report pinching of your fingers right now. Yeah.
Which, hey, I mean, I don't really want to bag on that. That's still pretty cool. Like, it may not be the most creative thing in the world, but at the same time, that's a huge advancement. That's really cool to see him work within the game that way. Oh, that was interesting. I wonder if they meant to show you that the blocks that stopped rendering off. That's interesting. Because they're dealing with a very confined Minecraft world. This isn't like a normal,
a full world.
Full world. This is a set number of blocks because it stopped rendering off on the left-hand side. Anyway,
this is great. I bought a $2,000 HoloLens and now I can mark a map.
Yeah,
great.
Well, and I always complain about this every E3, and I really don't want this to be the complain cast because it just sucks to do that. But come on, guys, you could be a little bit less scripted. I would have been fine if you guys were, talking less, but a little bit more natural. You know what I mean?
That's why I like the presentations that have that for games that are unscripted. Unscripted games are like No Man's Sky, for example.
Mm-hmm.
He just went and picked a planet and went to it. There was no, there might have been a script to it, but as far as I could tell, there wasn't. But
at least it came off differently. Yeah.
This is still pretty cool. I think there's a lot of applications for it, and the thing that gets me is the price. Knowing how Microsoft is, what's the price going to be? Because I'm not going to drop $300 on an Oculus, $300 on a PlayStation VR, and then another $300 on a Halo lens.
Well, you have you noticed that they haven't really said anything in particular about console support for the HoloLens for games? Like they've kind of hinted to it, but they haven't really definitively said yes, this is going to be supported on the Xbox.
Yeah. It's too new. It's too fresh. It's too prototypey right now.
They're just tossing it into their general Windows 10 box.
Yeah. This is something else that's cool.
Windows 10, guys. Windows 10. Don't worry about it. Windows 10. Windows 10. Windows 10. Windows 10. Windows 10.
So you want to talk about the conferences kind of in order? Talk about Microsoft first?
Yeah. Let's talk about Microsoft first. I mean, and again, let's talk about the stuff that we liked more than the stuff that we didn't like, because I still think that there was a lot that came out of the conferences that was really
good. Microsoft
cool.
had a good conference this year. The big thing for me was the backwards compatibility. Now, I know a lot of people don't care about that, but I have such a huge library of Xbox 360 games. That's one of the only reasons I haven't gotten rid of my 360 yet.
Because it's 2 years late.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thought process on that, though. They're doing it for the wrong reason. Like, look at the roster of new games that are coming out on the 360 now.
True.
On the Xbox One. And to me, it seems like if you had done that day one, that would have been one thing. But I actually finally, I kind of fell in line with what they were saying originally as to why they weren't going to do backwards compatibility. It's adding additional levels of support. It's going to be difficult for us to go in and add, the compatibility there, as well as maintaining this forward momentum towards better graphics, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, okay, I get that. And it also means that you're driving developers to produce, but developers haven't been producing anywhere to the speed that I felt like they did with the Xbox 360. And so now they're like, crap, we're running out of games. Like, they've committed themselves to giving away a couple games every month, and they're starting to run out of games to give away to an extent.
Wait a minute, how are we going to get all our money?
And so now, to me, it's almost like a cop-out. Like, hey, we know we don't have enough content for our current gen console, so we're going to make it backwards compatible so you can use all your old content on it. You know what I mean?
So what exclusives are they coming out with? They got Halo 5.
They got Halo 5. That's
looks
gonna be
really
exclusive.
good.
Looks great.
I've always been a Halo fan, even though I'm a PlayStation guy now. I've always been a Halo fan, and Halo is one of the franchises that I've actually bought an Xbox for.
Yeah, I think we all kind of.
The whole reason I bought I got the first Xbox was for Halo. The second Xbox I got because of Halo, and
which, by the way, was 15 years ago.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts that it was that long
ago. There are people allowed on the internet today who did not know a time before the Xbox.
Wow, that's crazy.
They are allowed on the internet.
That's actually a little bit scary.
To converse with us.
Now that I think about it, besides ReCore, my mind's blanking on any other major exclusives. Like, there's the indie games that are.
So they have the timed exclusive Rise of the Tomb Raider, which looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does. It looks good.
I played the new Tomb Raider reboot, and I've played all the Tomb Raiders actually, but the new reboot was pretty good. It was actually not bad. It was very Uncharted-esque.
It's going to be the same cinematic gameplay.
Which I actually liked that style that they did for Tomb Raider. I thought they did a good job with it. So
it looks good.
Hopefully they keep in line with that with the new one, make it just as good as the last one. The problem is when you have a game like that, that's too good, and you try and follow it up like what's the one of Far Cry, for example.
Yeah.
Far Cry 1, 2, and 3 were fantastic, and they just basically vomited out Far Cry 4 with new skins. So I just hope that they can keep up. And
yeah, I agree. And I think the trailer had a great impact. Like, it looked really good. It just makes me excited I played Tomb Raider again, even though I wasn't really into the last one. I don't know. I go back and forth on Tomb Raider, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I've never really been super attached to
8-bit boobies, bro. That's where it's at. Lara Croft nude skins.
That's only going to be a matter of
when
time.
You're 13 and your parents restrict your porn access, you try many different things, okay?
It looks good. Like
it does.
It looks really, really good.
Well,
which really says something about the Xbox One, given that it's still not 1080p.
I bet you $100 that's running on a PC right now.
Yeah,
that's not Xbox One right there.
It's on a dev
That's a
kit.
PC.
Graphical downgrade incoming.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely going to be for Xbox One, but right now it's running on 2 GeForce Titans with an i7 behind it.
Oh yeah, absolutely it is. But at the same time, you know what? Sony does the same thing.
Oh yeah, they do.
It's at some point I kind of have to go like, okay.
Although the only company that I don't believe does that, or there's two
Nintendo?
companies that don't do that, is Guerrilla Games for Sony.
Yep.
They're pretty good about keeping
what
they show with what they do in game.
Guerrilla Games had a great showing this year.
Yeah, they did.
We'll
talk about that.
We'll get to that in a minute.
And the other one is Naughty Dog.
Yeah, and
Naughty Dog always comes through with whatever they show.
So I don't know. I again, Tomb Raider, it looks great. I like the particle effects. I like how clean everything looks, and yeah, it's probably not going to look quite this pretty in the final for a retail version.
It'll probably look this good. The resolution will be toned down. Stuff like anti-aliasing shadows will be toned down.
You won't have those glorious
Well, wait a minute. No,
effects.
we said this was an exclusive. I thought this was coming out on PC as well.
It's a timed exclusive, so it's timed.
Okay.
Xbox One will have it for a while.
I'm not sure they'd even announced it. I don't recall them even announcing it for PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they would. They have to do it on PC. That'd be dumb not to.
They still haven't announced it though. But
yeah, it could be a while. But just great showing. I was really excited about. We've already mentioned it, but Halo. It looked really cool. I thought that the Warzone trailer looked really fun. I know a lot of people are throwing around the idea that now they're going to let you play as the alien races in Warzone, so you might actually get to play a hunter. I don't think there's any. Of course, I am. You know that, YouTube. Silly YouTube.
That's how.
What's that?
Nothing. I was just talking to myself like usual.
But I think the size of the maps that they're talking about is way cool. And hey, if you actually can play as a hunter, I will buy this game 100 times over.
I think
I've wanted to do that forever.
The biggest part to me in their demo for Halo 5 was when they were doing the campaign mission, and there was this whole big level destruction part.
Yeah,
I'm kind of wondering does that play a bigger role? And no, probably not.
I
see what you're saying though.
Yeah. They've stepped away from that a lot in the Halo games in terms of multiplayer, having level destruction.
Yeah, they don't really do that. Most of their objects are static.
Yeah,
I think that's good too, because Halo is a very competitive game.
Yeah,
both just normal everyday people and even in the esports arena.
And come on, didn't you get enough dropping buildings on people from Battlefield?
No,
the Levolution, dude. It was.
No. It wasn't as big a deal.
It was cool
as
the first few times, but after that, you're like, all right.
Yeah. And I really liked what they showed out of the campaign for Halo. I mean, it's gonna be really, really fun. And I've been a fanboy of Halo simply because of the story. I do like multiplayer. I love the way the playing it as a first-person shooter. It's probably one of my absolute favorites. But I'm a big fan of the story.
Although the Chief looks evil in this, like he's the bad guy.
But is he though? And that's the thing that they're driving. It's like, he went AWOL, but is he really evil, or is he trying to save humanity because humanity's gone off the rails a bit?
Wouldn't that be cool though if you had to hunt Master Chief as a Spartan?
That's what you're doing.
I would play that game.
Nathan Fillion is in what part of the team that is hunting Master Chief?
Nathan Fillion?
He plays Buck.
You mean he's playing Nathan Fillion?
He's playing Nathan Fillion.
Come on, they've got his face, his voice.
Yeah, it's
going to be the same character.
What's he been in?
Castle, the TV show. Firefly.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know you're talking about.
So really excited. I really enjoy his acting. So and the stuff that he had in the trailer, I thought was great. I thought the facial capture was really good for him. But I may have just had a little bit of a man crush going on. So it was funny though when they started doing the demo. They arrive right as the Covenant are all laid out. Most of them are dead, and there's one elite on the ground, kind of dying. And the girl who's playing through the demo just lays him out. Doesn't even think twice. She pulls out her rifle and just shoots him right in the head. I'm like, that was brutal. There's just part of me that felt that was weird.
Halo is very cartoony to me. It's never come off as brutal to me. It's always come off as pretty cartoony.
Yeah, I think 343 is trying to take it toward the grittier,
which they
direction.
should.
They should.
They did that with, was it Reach?
Yeah, Reach was a little bit grittier.
That was where they added in the kills, or the knife kills, or whatever.
Yep, the assassinations.
Yeah, assassinations.
Yeah. But another one that I really thought was cool was Recore.
No gameplay. Who cares?
Yeah, there was no gameplay, but maybe it's just not there yet.
Who
But the
the concept. She takes a ball out of the dog. And sticks it in a giant robot.
And there's this whole sandstorm thing. This is gonna be an action puzzle game. And
it's gonna be Ratchet and Clank.
It's not. That is not Ratchet and Clank.
It's gonna be. Come on. It's gonna be like Ratchet and Clank. I'm saying it.
You're gonna run around beating people with a giant expanding hammer or wrench.
You know what I'm talking about. It's gonna be the same dynamic with the characters. You're gonna have this one be the one that's running around fetching.
The character thing that I got going was the what's her name from Borderlands, the what is it?
I don't know why
the
Necromancer?
Necromancer.
The dog looks like he farts antifreeze.
Probably.
I didn't get it. This trailer was cool, but it just didn't do it for me. I got to see gameplay when it comes to this kind of stuff.
The reason why this excites me is because it's a brand new IP.
Sure.
It's not a number 4 like that, and that bothered me because, and it bothered me last year with E3 as well. Like we're just seeing remake or number 3 or number 4 of a game in a series, and I'm like, I really want to see new stuff, and this is a new IP, and that did it for me. And it looks like there's a lot of the puzzle stuff, and I kind of enjoy action puzzle games more than I used to. So if it ends up looking anywhere this good,
which won't,
it won't. But the cinematics I might really like it. I'm starting to like artsier games too. The
cinematics might look that good, so it'll be okay.
Hey,
why don't you just watch a movie? Why don't you go do some PlayStation movies?
Oh, we got an Xbox fanboy in the house here?
No, not even close.
No, he just hates everything. he wants to hate on everything. Were you guys excited about Hitman at all? Yeah, me either.
Well, it's anything like the last one, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean, from what they show in the trailer, it seems like they're trying to go back to the old Hitman instead of being Hitman Absolution.
If they want to fix it, take blood money, make it new.
So the trailer to me seemed like one of the early release trailers for like a Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
The constant shortcuts, and all that different stuff. It just didn't do anything for me. And I'm so far out of Destiny. I don't care about Taken King.
Do you still play Destiny?
I do. Yeah. Time to time.
Why?
I have friends that play it. So if you have people to play with, it's worth it. But if you don't have anybody to play with, it kind of sucks.
That's what Skype's for.
You guys use Skype for VoIP?
Oh
my god, you guys are fucking noobs.
Only with one person because it was the easiest.
Oh my god! Oh, you fucking console peasants.
No, I'll show you why we use it later, but because there's good reason.
No, go on.
Says
go
the
on,
non.
Go on to the next game, Logan. Let's talk about Gears of 4.
Actually, I'm cool. I'm excited about
really?
Gears of 4 Chris and Jill edition.
Yeah.
Why won't it end? Seriously.
Gears of 4 Bloodborne. Yeah, I was
because they just keep wanting to make money off of it.
Oh my god!
I'm not really. They didn't show enough of Gears of War 4 for me to be hyped about it. Not to mention the entire video was like pitch black.
It's not even the same
it was.
characters. It's not even the same planet. So probably not even going to be the same enemy, the Locust. Why even have the Gears of War? Oh, they just want your money, kids.
All right, so here's a better question, Jan.
Literally
What did you like?
I'm more hyped
About
for the Gears
Microsoft?
of War.
Yeah.
Honestly, not really much. Nothing really sold me. It's the Who Cares conference for me. Let's see here.
Did they show? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
no.
For Honor. That was Ubisoft.
For Honor was Ubisoft, yeah. Which to me, like, that just it looks like.
We'll talk about Ubisoft because.
Oh man.
Well, thing about Ubisoft is
before Jan goes off in a rant about how the Microsoft showing, let's just talk about it. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Microsoft 4 out of 10. Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft. Okay, the thing with me about Ubisoft is they show awesome
do you need
IPs.
a hug?
No.
No. Do you need like
No. It's
Gabe
okay.
Newell to come out and hug you and be like,
No,
it's okay. You
dude,
can come back to Steam.
It's okay.
We have our own OS
Square
now.
Enix saved E3, so we can just Ubisoft.
Square
however,
Enix definitely did save E3
It did a lot.
with their Final Fantasy VII reboot. Oh my god.
Yeah, and
Deus Ex, Just Cause 3.
Yeah.
I kind of went back.
They
and
just
forth
released a
about how I felt
25-minute
about it.
gameplay video for Deus Ex today.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh
It's
yeah,
fantastic.
It's great.
But
let's talk about Ubisoft.
let's
So
talk about Ubisoft really
Ubisoft.
quickly because Gian's gonna hate all over that one too.
So the thing about Ubisoft is they release cool-looking games, and then 3 years down the line, when they actually come out, they look like shit. And they've done this for the last I don't know how many years. And it's really sucks because they come out with these awesome looking titles and they show such awesome looking stuff.
Bring up The Division.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on the Division.
They've been teasing this for years. now.
I remember when they had it in the last.
God, Ubisoft, just do it or get off the pot already. Because
they
and you could visually see in this latest thing that they showed, there's a definite downgrade in texture quality.
Yeah, and just the stuff in the road.
Yeah.
The ambiance.
Well, and was kind of here. I'm gonna skip past all of her chatting.
She's so hot. She's the tallest, hottest black woman I've ever seen.
This does not look anywhere as good as I would expect it to. It just doesn't.
Well, you can thank your consoles for that.
Yeah. Plus, they had that ridiculously annoying, more scripted squad banter.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna go right here. Once I go right, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and take a high note, flank me to the left.
Well, yeah, and I get that
like
to an
that.
extent.
If I had somebody on my team, I'd just be like, "Shut the fuck up, Steve." I know what I'm doing. This ain't my first rodeo. I'm gonna shoot you now. You got any loot? No, I'm still killing you.
That's actually probably why the guy shot them at the end. Just I'm done with you.
Tired
bro.
of listening to you talk.
Probably.
Although I still think this game's gonna be good. I think it still looks pretty cool. But you're absolutely right. They definitely downgraded the overall fidelity of it.
Yeah,
and it definitely looks different.
But to your point again, release it already. Just get it out there. You're taking too long with your development because this is the second year that they've talked about it at E3.
And after this long, it's pretty obvious that they just started teasing it so early for the pre-order.
See, I take an opposite stance when I come to video game development.
Okay.
My way about it is I would rather be hyped and impatient and not want to wait for years for a game to come out and then have it come out and just be phenomenal than for them to try to rush a game out because everybody wants it.
I get that, but at the same time, how many times have they pushed this back?
It's been out. It was announced either last year or the year before. I think the year before.
I think it was the year before.
So we're gonna have a situation like the new Ghost Recon, which we'll talk about. But it's gonna be like that. Well, they'll show a preview video, kind of give you a general idea of what they're going for, which is basically what game companies do. They create a small clip that they show people, and and then they try to strive to make what the actual game is look like that clip.
By the way, as an aside, this is going to come out in 2017 or so they say.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 2 more years.
Yeah.
Again, I'm okay with that.
But
I'd rather they wait and just make it good than have another Assassin's Creed Unity incident.
So that makes you want. Okay, so define make it look good because it's at the moment. If it was coming out tomorrow, I'd be happy with it right now.
I'm not necessarily make it look good. Make it run really well.
Okay.
I'm more about as I get older, I'm starting to get more about gameplay and less about detail. And
Okay.
I don't know if I'm alone in that.
No,
Don't
I
get me
wouldn't
wrong.
say. I wouldn't say
definitely think
so.
people need to push the envelope when it comes to creating games. We've got stuff like DirectX 12 out, which now they're talking about. Oh, we can put 14 billion polygons into one face or some shit. And now they're going to be able to take advantage of that technology. They need to, but they shouldn't take advantage of the technology while sacrificing overall gameplay.
Yeah, for the sake of taking advantage of it, not actually producing good content.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah. No, that's true. But I would be, if it was coming out tomorrow, I would be happy with it.
I'd play the hell out of it.
Yeah,
it looks cool.
And it would be fun to an extent.
It looks way cool.
I don't remember. I don't think they showed anything with the UAV this time, right?
Yeah. So the one thing I want, can you rewind it a little bit here?
Yeah.
One of the things I noticed, just probably 10, 20 seconds.
Okay. So right about, let's just say here.
Okay. So as he walks up here, go ahead and get on the pause button for me. I want to show you something here.
Ready?
Not yet. It's coming up. Okay. So he scans right here, right?
Yeah.
No threats found. Now pause it right here. Now what I want to know is if you're in the world and you're running around, do you see those birds in the background?
Yeah.
Those are other players that are running up on them. So my question is, can you use animals like that as a means to discover where players are actively running around
kind
in
of
the
like
zone?
Evolve?
Yeah, it's just like in real life. If you see birds running from the forest after you hear a big boom, don't go towards the forest kind of a thing.
Right. That's a good question. You would think that if that's part of the game, they would come out and tell you that the environment will react to players.
Yeah, or just stuff like that, which gives it more of a realistic feel.
Yeah. Rather than, hey, this was a scripted thing here, and there's actually no...
This, I think, is cool.
Yeah.
Calling for evac and then having to fight over evacuation zone. The only thing that worries me about this is high-level players coming in and just holding the dark zone while people try to loot it. So they just kill people and take their loot and then take their evac.
Yeah, he would do that. He's that kind of a player.
So I don't know if maybe they're going to be some kind of restriction if you go into the dark zone and they'll have multiple dark zones for different levels, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, that's a good question. But again, we don't know very much about the actual gameplay itself yet. So, I wish it was coming out tomorrow. That's all I can say about that one.
The biggest concern with me is that they're going for a Watch Dogs-esque downgrade, which people keep falling for.
Every year.
This is the same company, by the way.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
what else? Anything else you were excited about that Ubisoft was doing?
Ghost Recon.
Oh yeah, Wildlands.
My goodness.
All right, let me pull that one up.
That looked really neat, and honestly, I think it's kind of cool that so many people are going for this trend with open world sort of gameplay.
It's fantastic, and especially open world with 3 of your friends.
Yeah,
doing it with you.
Yeah,
because that was a big thing. There's been open world games for quite a while, but they haven't incorporated a solid cooperative element to them. Mm-hmm. Like Far Cry 4, for example. Yeah, you could jump in and play with your friends or your homies, but you couldn't actually take the single player down.
Yeah.
This looks cool.
Man.
This is one of the coolest videos too that I think they made in all E3.
And I know, say what we will about non-game cinematics, that looks really freaking good.
Yeah.
The level of detail, the level of realism there, that's just really, really good. I get it. It's not in game, but I appreciate the level of detail.
Desert Eagle on the blood. Pick that shit up.
That's a nice gun. At least the one that's gold. Oh, don't get in the cocaine. Please don't get in the cocaine.
Your priorities. Hilarious.
Guns and cocaine. It's my kind of game.
Yeah,
now, this is in-game.
This is
so right now we
really
swapped over. So
and this was done on the PS4, right?
I'm not sure. Probably a PC. Almost everything they do on a PC.
Well, a lot of the time, if they are doing it on the console, they've been saying so, like actual PS4 footage.
Yeah,
which has been helpful.
Or recorded on a PS4.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
that right there, it looks cool.
It looks
fantastic. I thought was interesting. I mean, that reminds me of Metal Gear Solid, the way you would interact with uneven terrain like that.
That's Metal Gear in Japanese.
Metal Gear.
And this is very Far Cry-esque to me.
Oh, what? You're on the phone? No, you're not, bitch.
Now, I'm not sure if this is just like a small party co-op thing, or if it's supposed to be sort of MMO-ish, where there's like a whole bunch of other fire teams in the world.
No, so I was reading up on it. It's 4-player co-op.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Oh, they got the blood and the cocaine.
Oh,
man.
look
I hope
at
he
that.
doesn't have AIDS. What a
It's a new
waste.
thing on the street.
That's an awesome transition, by the way.
Yeah. It looks really pretty.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. So what I read about it was it's 4 players, 4-player co-op. You're in the world by yourself.
Okay.
It's basically a single-player game that you can play with your friends.
Yeah.
It's a huge open world, and you can take down the cartel in any way you want. That's the thing. So that was reading an article about it today. Basically, there was a meeting. They showed it. They were talking about a demo they were doing behind closed doors at E3. There was a meeting between these 2 guys, a cartel leader and some CIA guy or something, and then one of the snipers for this team shot one of the guys and started a firefight between the 2 factions. So while the 2 factions were duking it out, the 4 other guys, the guys that the people were actually playing, went in and took their stuff.
Wow.
So it's stuff like that, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, homie.
So what's with the thing at the end of this teaser where it shows a bunch of icons popping up all over the world?
Hey, look,
Like,
there's a
those are all
UAV
the
that should have been
different-
from The Division.
Those are all the different people or cartel members or police officers or whatever you got to do, because this is all a whole corrupt world.
I see.
So those are all the people that you got to take down.
So is this what
Gotcha.
Battlefield Hardline should have been?
Oh,
Yes.
Don't even get me started on Hardline.
Well, I mean, seriously though, that's what it looks like. Like some of these exact same shots were what came out of the Hardline trailers when it was new.
honestly, when they showed this, I had no idea this was a Ghost Recon game. I thought this was a brand new
Please shoot him
IP.
in the crotch.
No.
Wasted opportunity.
No, keep him alive. Let him get tortured by the cartel, son of a bitch. There you go. Get what you deserve.
That's amazing
Selling drugs
how
to babies.
detailed that is. Just crazy how good that looks. Oh, the big baddie.
Yeah,
It's Tuco. It's Tuco.
It does kind of look like Tuco.
Right?
During the presentation, when the words Ghost Recon came up on the screen, everyone just went nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew it was Ghost. The last one they came out with was what? Advanced Warfare or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, Advanced Warfare, which was not really a departure from the series. I'd say this is a stronger departure from their normal game.
Which I'm okay with, because if you give me Ghost Recon type gameplay where you have, one-shot kill type stuff and it's easy to die.
Yeah,
And then you incorporate an open world that I get to run around in with my friends, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's operator co-op.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Operators operating optionally. Yeah, so great game. That's going to be exciting. Did they say what the release date was?
No, they didn't even.
No,
And honestly,
I
I'm
think
okay
so.
with them not making it for another 9 years and having.
Whoa! Right in your face. Hi, lady.
Please.
She's so hot. She's so hot.
Okay. Anything else from Ubisoft?
No, 2 out of 10. I'm sure people will believe this not at all pre-rendered gameplay. Make it stop.
Where E3 sucks.
Please install Uplay.
Oh my gosh.
EA.
We're not even going to talk about Assassin's Creed because who cares?
No, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest.
They've been
there's a
milking
little bit
that for
about
so
the trailer that looks kind of cool.
I'm not going to play
'cause-
Assassin's Creed again
no.
until they bring it to World War II.
What part was
But they
the
won't.
coolest? Was it the end?
They said they won't.
Why?
Because it's too.
Modern?
Yeah, there was another. It wasn't about it being too touchy. There was another, and I remember reading it and going, "Yeah, that kind of makes sense." It had something to do with just the touchiness of the Nazi era that I think made them a little bit uncomfortable or
Oh my god.
Probably because they
I don't
wouldn't
know.
get any sales in Germany. Just like we can't let those. We can't let
I
that
don't know.
go.
It could be the fact that it's too modern. I mean,
mean,
you start playing. Okay, so now like
I think it's because
you're gonna say that Hitler was part of the Illuminati or something.
I think it's because it's made by Ubisoft, and Ubisoft's a French company, and they got their asses kicked. in World
Oh
War
wow,
II.
he just went there, France.
Probably.
American freedom
Okay,
fries, damn
so
it.
EA. Let's talk about EA. So there was so much about, I can't remember the guy's name now, how he was one of the few people that was wearing a suit and tie.
Deuce Bigelow.
Exactly.
You mean the CEO?
The CEO, what's his name?
Who knows? Who cares?
Adolf
it-
Hitler.
Here we go with Hitler.
he-
I brought up the Nazis and it's going to be the Hitler
guy
cast.
the guy looks like a straight up James Bond villain.
Yeah, he does.
But it was so funny how I actually thought that he did a decent job recovering from the times where you knew he was waiting for applause and there didn't come any. Because there was like the first time where he was talking about Madden, and
Oh yeah.
he's like, "Aren't you excited for Madden?" And you hear like this little
No.
And nobody does anything, and he like pauses, and then after that, when people weren't really reacting, he recovered reasonably well.
Nobody. Okay, look. Everybody stayed for the EA conference for one freaking reason, so they could see Battlefront gameplay.
Yeah.
That's
which
the
is why they
whole
put
reason
it
they
at
went
the
to
end.
EA
That
conference.
and Microsoft, or not Microsoft. Oh my God, Mass Effect. And since Mass Effect was at the beginning,
Yeah, and they didn't even show that much for Andromeda, so I'm not like
they showed literally 2 minutes of teaser, and then they moved on to Need for Speed, and they got like 5 times more.
Yeah, and
Mass
I'm
Effect's-
wondering if that's because they're just not that far enough along.
Probably
in
not.
development. To
Probably
really do
not.
anything.
But again, Mass Effect's another one of those games that I'm more than happy to wait a long time for.
Yeah.
Because Mass Effect 3 was an okay game. Mass Effect 2 was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
3 I just didn't like that much because
Mass Effect 3 was all right until the last like 10 minutes.
Yeah. When everything just kind of went crazy.
It's let's not get into this. What I don't get is why they're even going into the Andromeda Galaxy, because the Milky Way galaxy is just so expansive.
Yeah,
There's
it's
like
huge.
Well,
there's 400 billion star systems.
but it's like I said,
in the
though,
Milky Way galaxy.
In this
And-
way, they're not beholden to anything. And now they could.
they can make it up as they go along.
Yeah, they are really going as far as they can to separate the two out and say
and
this has nothing to do with the other.
I get that part from a story perspective. Like they can distance themselves from the established government. They can say, "Oh, this is new because we are in a new place."
Right.
And,
Well, okay,
and that's all right.
And
But
did you notice at the end that he still had the N7 logo?
yeah, well, yeah, sure, because it's the. Of course they would, because people coming.
Is that the corporation or the clones or what the hell is that?
N7 is in game supposed to be like a military thing, like, and
The people that rebuilt Shepard.
N being co-op or not co-op, like commando types, special ops,
Right.
and 7 being like the highest in their tier, like from 1 to 7.
Right.
As far so it's like a military designation in game.
Because what I'm curious on, if maybe with the whole Andromeda thing, they're gonna kind of play it off like, hey, it's another dimension-ish type deal.
Yeah,
this is the
like black holes and that kind of stuff.
kind of like, hey, this is the other timeline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
But because everybody's
they're probably-
doing it.
I
But
gotta
hey,
see,
everybody's
I gotta
doing it. Star
see
Trek.
or read more about it.
They're probably not going to go that super far in, because they one of the things I really like about the Mass Effect universe is they try to keep their sci-fi as hard as possible.
We actually skipped one of the conferences too.
Yeah, we started going out of order. It's
Yeah.
okay. Let's
Who cares?
for the sake of time, we can go out of order. It'd be better to focus on.
If you're talking about Bethesda,
Yes.
we'll just talk about Fallout.
Glorious. Oh, you didn't think Doom was good?
I thought that Doom was fan service.
Oh, I thought Doom looked fantastic.
Well, I'm not saying it doesn't look fantastic, but I'm looking at it going, this is straight fan service.
Absolutely.
This is something that we didn't really, I think, expect.
It can go either way, really. What they were showing with the single player, it didn't seem fast, and I get why, because
Holy crap, she's wearing a HoloLens.
they wanted to show. I
Look,
get
can
why.
see the picture on the wall.
let me open up Minecraft.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna bring it over to this table.
We're scanning. There's a dungeon under here. Here, let me drop a marker for you.
She just entered the anus of space. We've come to Planet Brown Eye, ready to investigate. Click, click.
Man, that looks so sick.
It does, but I need to actually see it, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I agree.
With the trailers, like they would do like this, it's like watching a Pixar movie without game. You know, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Here, let me pull up Fallout 4 where we're talking about these Doom and Fallout.
I thought Bethesda's
Bethesda.
conference was fantastic.
Well, because they did 2 major fan service.
And they're like,
Fallout
the first thing they
and Doom.
showed, the very first thing they showed was the Doom video that they showed at QuakeCon, which is what everybody wanted to see.
Yep.
I'll be honest. When I was watching the Bethesda conference, I watched the Doom part, and then I went out to walk my dog, and then I came back, and they were like a little bit into the Fallout, and I felt like I didn't really miss anything at all. Because I mean, what did they have? Like Dishonored 2. Okay, what did you do?
And I'm actually
I
glad
love
that they're
Dishonored.
doing another Dishonored because
I am
I
too.
liked the first one.
The Elder Scrolls card game. Who
Don't
cares?
care about that one.
Battle Cry. It's another MOBA. Who cares?
Yeah. So what can we get past the age of MOBAs a bit?
Please do.
You know, like
They still haven't done a first-person one right.
no, they haven't.
I mean, I know people want to move past MOBAs, but give me a good one. Like, stop giving me refarted versions of Dota. Every time I play a game, it's freaking Dota.
Reskinned characters,
Heroes of the Storm is not bad. It's like Dota though. It's just the same thing.
I'm really done.
So
I'm really done with the top-down MOBAs because they killed RTSs, and I'm
Yeah, that's and I think that's probably one of the things that frustrates me the most is I'm sitting there going, give me another good RTS. Grey Goo is okay, but like, give me another Command and Conquer. Quit spinning your wheels, or give me another.
I don't think they showed anything for the PC gaming show.
No, not really.
Fallout. They're doing the dog thing.
I wanted to be.
Everybody
so
wants to put fucking dogs in their games now. And it's Fallout, so I don't understand why they put a dog in, because you can do anything in Fallout. And apparently you can't. The dog doesn't die.
Fallout always had dogs.
The dogs won't die. But, if I had a dog, I'd want to be able to... I'd never do it, but I want to be able to turn around and shoot it in the face if I feel like it, That's Fallout. That's part of Fallout.
Well, there's always
how it is.
There's always the console
they're gonna
commands.
have to figure out how to fix it so that the dog doesn't spook, doesn't aggro enemies.
I just don't understand this.
Oh, there'll be fixes. They're called mods.
We need to add emotion. We need to add emotion to our game. Let's put a dog in it.
Bethesda's thing is they have people fix the game for them.
It's always a German Shepherd. If you ever notice, it's always a Shepherd.
Yeah, but and I get it. I get the question of like why.
Fallout.
I think at the end of the day, I think it's going to be an enjoyable part of the game.
Honestly, I like how he just walks up. Hi there, wild German Shepherd. Can I pet you? Let's be friends. Follow me.
No, I think they're trying to insinuate.
I've only been in a vault for 200 years, and you're a stray animal that's probably got rabies.
Living in this hostile world.
You probably just murdered something 5 minutes ago to get food. So
I believe
let's be friends.
Idea is that there's already a relationship there.
Honestly, I want to be hyped for this game so much.
I do too.
Like Todd Howard was just telling me all these lies, and I just wanted to believe him.
No.
I just wanted to believe him.
So going back to lies though, what's her name from 343 getting up at the beginning of the Microsoft conference and sitting there and saying we've got the greatest lineup of new content and IP in the history of these consoles, and it's like,
no, you don't.
What? What are you talking about? No, you don't. I'd rather you not say that and just say we've got a lot of great stuff for you this year, and I'll go, woo, yeah, totally.
She's the hype man though. She just didn't do a very good job.
But
of it.
Don't sit there and BS us like you've got the greatest thing ever in gaming.
We've got the shiniest turd. We've polished them real well.
Anything else from Ubisoft? No,
I don't think so.
No, we were already done with Ubisoft. 2 out of 10.
We were done with Ubisoft. We're talking about Bethesda. Doom. I'm sorry. I freaking love Doom. I'm so ready for Doom. 60 frames per second, super high fidelity on console. It looks good.
It does look good. I think it's going to be entertaining.
They've got the multiplayer, and
hopefully
the multiplayer is going back to the arena shooter roots, and it's
did you see any of the multiplayer stuff?
Yeah.
So they have the map builder, which is huge. I think that's a great idea because that'll keep the modding community into it, and that'll keep it fresh. Oh, yes.
Oh, jeez.
So sick.
That is horrific.
But really, all I want out of this is for it to be fast. For this arena shooter feel, which has been dying, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's
actually kind of coming back.
Is that the
a little
Warframe
bit.
in you?
No, Warframe isn't really arena shootery.
That's true. It's just fast.
Quake.
Woo!
That would be arena shootery.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I would love to see a new Unreal Tournament.
Have you guys played Unreal Tournament?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The new one?
Yeah.
The Unreal Tournament 4?
Mm-hmm.
So you have the UE kit and all that? You downloaded the dev kit?
No.
Oh yeah, you got to download. It's free right now. Anybody can download the new version of Unreal. They patch it. It's an alpha right now, but as the content comes out, it comes out for free.
What? I think I heard that. I barely touched it.
Yeah,
to be fair,
it's pretty cool. It's not bad.
I really want so much for arena shooters to come back, because the whole idea of just stuff going fast and for like the really casual players to get really just left behind in the dust.
Like insta-gib type stuff,
yeah.
single shot.
Can I just jump to Horizon? I really
cool.
want to talk about Horizon.
I honestly, this is one of the games that I thought looked fantastic.
At first, I was kind of turned off by the apocalyptic setting again, because I think I'm getting burnt out on the apocalypse survival games. There's just so much.
This isn't so much apocalypse as it is
post.
Yeah, like the rebirth
so.
of Earth almost. I guess so. The population coming back.
Just give me less of your humanity destroyed the Earth crap. I don't know. I get tired of that storyline.
I think it looks cool though, as long as it looks like this when it comes out. But again, this is a guerrilla game,
so
there's a good chance it could look like this.
I was talking to Gian about this yesterday, and I'm like,
such a cutie pie.
Like, where robot dinosaurs? The first thing that comes to your mind. The first thing that comes to your mind though about robot dinosaurs is what? Like, how? Like, huh?
Terminators?
Yeah, how do they reproduce? Like, are they cyborg?
Are they that robot penis, homie?
Oh my goodness!
It's probably just like a factory.
Probably, but like
the nests are assembly lines.
There's that initial question of like, how are they going to explain this? And then I'm like, I don't actually care. I just really want this game.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Why even ask? Just
looks like you can kill robots too by sticking a knife in their butthole.
Yeah. Who knew? The universal kill switch on everything, including robots.
Everything you need to, anytime you need to kill something,
sharp object.
Make sure you do it in the anus.
And she's such a cutie.
She is. She's hot.
You guys have problems.
Yes, I know.
In fact,
we don't
make
care.
This game better and
robot dinosaurs.
And make her naked. Just do us all a favor.
Okay,
that's
what I thought was
cool. For.
Oh dear. What I thought was at first I thought that turret up there was actually somebody riding it. I didn't think that it was
no, they're autonomous. They're like beings.
Well, what I'm hoping is at some point is like you do get to ride them. Like they're tameable, kind of like an Ark.
Oh, hang on, I gotta hunt this animal for its green glue.
Which makes you question, like,
yeah,
really?
What do they eat?
Yeah, like why? And here it comes. This is great.
That looks pretty.
This is great. That whole shot right there reminded me so much of Metal Gear, though.
Oh yeah,
I was just like, that's Rex right there.
Yeah, but that looks a lot like Killzone, the other Guerrilla game. So they're keeping along with their art style, which is good. I think
that's
they should
cool.
Do that. Yeah,
I want to see how much of that is
really
how much destructibility the game really has. I want to see something like this level a mountain.
I want to see like ground deformation.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of like with Red Faction, like that level of level destructibility and ground deformation, where you can like create craters and hills and such.
Even if it was just like Battlefield 3-esque from the alpha, not from the release.
That makes me excited.
I'd be cool with that. This looks
sick.
Just like the way it breaks down. That's just awesome.
Disc launcher. Nobody does disc launchers anymore.
Oh my god. Disc launchers.
And she's such a cutie.
Ouch. Okay, come on now. She'd be dead.
Yeah, she'd be dead.
She'd be like pancaked.
What if she's a robot too?
I wish they would do. No. I wish they would do more games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Like if that just happened, you would die.
Oh yeah, where they're ultra realistic.
Start over, yeah.
I love this.
Cool.
I love it when they add an aspect like, hey, we're gonna allow you to really mess with an enemy and tie him down. Like that's kind of cool. Bang! That's just brutal.
In the anus.
the throat anus.
That's where they poop, bro.
Oh dear.
And this, nobody saw this coming. Did anyone see this coming?
Nope.
Nobody saw this
I hadn't
coming.
seen anything about this.
And we just got everyone got blindsided by this.
Yep.
Hey, this is really cool.
Sony
and
conference.
So there's just so much about it that I like.
Sony kicked ass this year.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and actually, you know what?
When you open up with The Last Guardian, you're you're doing all right.
This is a PS4 exclusive, and so this actually might be what turns the tide for me to get the PS4.
This is what turns the tide. Not Uncharted.
Yeah. Well, I was never really into Uncharted that much.
Oh, Uncharted's fun.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it's fun.
The multiplayer
I know it's
awesome
a good game,
too.
but the last really big PlayStation game that I was into was The Last of Us, which is funny
Because it's Naughty Dog.
Because it's Naughty Dog too.
Yeah.
But like, I just never really got into
The same
Uncharted.
team that made The Last of Us is the same team that's making Uncharted 4.
Right.
Same director and everything.
Same director and everything, which I think is great.
They're a really good movie studio.
Let's see, anything else here? There was a ton of Lego stuff that came out.
Carl on Duty, Black Ops 3.
Oh, who cares?
Hey, did you enjoy Advanced Warfare? Did you enjoy people yelling at you to do things all the time?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy crap filling your screen? Well, here's more turned up to 11.
Black is another Call of Duty. Nobody cares.
Honestly,
Call of Duty anymore.
like, okay, yeah, the futuristic stuff totally sells me on a lot of things.
Take it back to World
and
War
yes,
II.
yes, I did buy Advanced Warfare, and yes, I
too.
do regret it.
I do too.
And if I hadn't bought Advanced Warfare, I would actually be kind of hyped for this.
I
But
would
I
too.
learned my lesson now. You can't trick me again.
I'll buy
You
Black
sure?
Ops anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he's still gonna buy it.
I'll still be there the day it comes out at midnight, picking it up. Actually, no, what am I saying?
Yeah, you're gonna download
I'm
it.
gonna download it.
Were you guys excited about Mad Max at all? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was on Bethesda too. That's right.
I know you're not a huge fan of that series, but for people that like it, like Mike,
I love Mad Max. The movies are
no,
fantastic.
the games.
They've only made this is the first Mad Max game they're making.
I thought there was a really, really old one.
I don't think so.
If there was, nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
I thought that they had already done a Mad Max game, but it was like a long, long time ago.
Are we talking about Battlefront?
Yeah,
Yes,
now
please.
Now it's time to talk
Talking
about
about
Battlefront.
Oh my god!
Okay. Rule number one, EA. Day one, fix your servers.
Oh my god! Let's not have the netcode problem anymore.
Please. Please fix your servers.
Don't wait. They're gonna have problems.
I
Of
know
course they will.
I
It's
know that.
dice.
I'm not gonna buy it day one.
It's
I know.
Swedish dice.
Are you kidding me? I'm
It's
so
not.
buying
It's
this
not
game
Dice
day.
LA.
Why? So
I'll
you
buy
can
it with
sit
all
there,
of its horrible gloriness.
So you can sit there and wait to play for 3 days?
Yes, and then as soon as or get into a game and play for an hour and then get kicked out, absolutely that hour will totally be worth it.
Day one isn't worth the frustration for me. Talk to me, the
And I do
second
it. I
week.
do it every time too. I install the game and I get ready to play. I'm all excited, and then I try to launch, and I'm just like,
Right.
shit!
And you get crushed. A little part of you dies inside.
Or you shoot at somebody and
Okay.
the bullets fly 4 seconds behind them.
So I was thinking about this because there's a lot of complaints about what you can play as, what you can play in, and the number of people that can play in a map, the size of the maps.
Okay, let's get the complaints out of the way because everyone's got complaints. 20 versus 20. That's kind of meager.
Yeah.
Compared to like, there will be obvious comparisons to Battlefield, but
Sure.
like previous entries in the Battlefront series. Okay, there's no Clone Wars, so you
No
don't get
Clone
to
Wars. Yep.
which was the fun part of the prequels. That was the most fun.
Yeah.
Of the
Playing
whole
as a clone
prequels
trooper.
areas.
Yeah.
The clone troopers and the droids. That was sweet. There's no space battles.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah. No space
which-
battles.
Kind of big
sucks.
thing.
They do have starships, but not in space. Like you
Yeah.
can still play as a Y-wing, X-wing, snow speeder, all
Like,
that different
They
stuff.
got
But
all the ships and stuff. It's
it's-
just one of the cool things about Battlefront 2 was you could literally go from the space station down to the planet
yeah.
and go back and fight in space, or you could go down planet side and fight.
That's
but,
that's true.
The way I look at it is Battlefront hasn't been out for a long time.
Yep.
It really hasn't.
Yep.
And you got a company like DICE, and although their releases do suck ass, for the most part, they generally make phenomenal games.
It looks really
it looks
good. Like this,
fantastic.
By the way,
this is what I would expect Battlefront to
It
look
looks like
now.
Star Wars.
But at the same time, with all the complaints, the 20 versus 20.
by the way, pause that.
Oh, right here with the orbital strike.
This is a lore thing, so you can just go ahead and insult me as a nerd if you want. But the reason why they brought the AT-ATs down to Hoth was because they couldn't do orbital bombardments because they needed to take out the shield generator.
Right.
And here they are doing an orbital bombardment.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering.
do that.
I mean, it kind of looks like the shield generator is the target in this map, but the other big complaint was stuff like how the AT-ATs
are on rails. And so
but
you're
again,
pretty much just a gunner on them.
I look at
They're on
all these
rails?
things. They're on
Yeah,
rails.
yeah, they are.
Oh, that
and,
sucks.
and
Well, no, okay.
they're
okay.
a time spawn. They come out and
that sucks.
do this
But
thing
is
and-
there a point where day one, given how expansive it is, can we just kind of go, oh well, It's okay.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
Don't make it.
That's kind of the way
No,
I look at it.
I'm not making any excuses. What I am saying is like
This is their first shot at it.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like it's okay. You're not gonna be able to drive an AT-AT around. You could drive the AT-STs around, but not the AT-ATs. Okay, I'll deal with that being on rails because it's probably.
I don't know if
comes down
anybody
to
just saw that, but that ship just definitely ran into the front of that thing's face.
Totally did.
Die.
But you know,
By the way,
it could be a balancing issue. You know.
It's because they've got smaller maps.
Yeah,
that's
so
one of the things. They have smaller maps and fewer maps.
They took the 2020. They took it at 2020 because you're right. They probably compressed the map size quite a bit. They brought it down, but I think they did that so that they could increase like the ambiance, the situation, the stuff that's going on around you while you're fighting. Because I mean, look at this. It looks freaking pretty. Really it looks great.
Cool. And at the same time, no one said that this is how it's always going to stay.
No,
you know,
they could come out with an expansion that could take us to space and allow us to go planet to space.
Absolutely,
it's DICE.
This is cool right here. I like that.
It's true. It is DICE. It is DICE.
Don't bring up your expectations that much.
No. But what I'm saying is,
but
yeah, exactly.
The worst.
We're expecting that it's probably going to stay the exact same game that it is day one, but we hope that over time that was cool. The ability to switch between first person and third person.
Yeah, third person's going to be great.
That's always been a Battlefront thing. You've always been able to do that in Battlefront.
I wasn't sure they were going to keep it though.
There's some key things that they needed to keep.
This is cool.
Yeah,
I like the being able to
again going to your orbital strike thing though. The shield generator's still up, so
yeah.
But this could also be a different battle on Hoth, so the shield generator could already be down.
Yeah.
We can hand wave that however we'd like.
That was a great way of it.
Another of the things that I'm kind of on the fence about, I'm not sure whether it's good or bad, or maybe it's just neutral. There's no classes.
Yeah.
So what people would end up doing is probably just like fixing up a loadout, and so they'd have multiple loadouts and for different situations.
Right.
Which I can see either way the merits or the malices for.
Right.
So I'm kind of fine with that. And all complaints aside,
the new co-op version, the co-op stuff looks cool too, though.
The co-op stuff does look really cool.
The co-op looked great.
Yeah, you know, there's just so much about the game that could go right that I'm really excited about.
Does anybody smell a delay?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Probably.
Absolutely.
I say it gets delayed another 6 months. I say it's gonna release mid 2016.
What did I say here? November 17th, 2015. Well, it's a really definite date they've got there. Like most others are just saying, early
November, something like that.
Early year holiday,
spring 2016.
And this is a definite date, so it might actually be
For Honor, because that game.
Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm saying. This looks like Chivalry with a different skin on it, and what's frustrating is the player count.
What it looks like to me is 4v4. It looks like Chivalry meets Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, totally. And granted, even though this is all cutscene, like none of this is actual gameplay, you don't see any of the actual gameplay till the very end, and it doesn't look really that good.
Really? You
no,
don't think so?
I didn't think so. Here, let me
get up to. Did you see the game? Have you seen the actual?
The actual game.
The actual gameplay.
Right there. Okay, so look, you see that?
Up.
Yeah, open it up.
Near.
No annotations. Rip.
No annotations. That's
what it seems to me is sort of like a single lane MOBA. It's got that feel. Like the players are doing the heroes. There's NPCs running around, and you're trying to fight to I don't know. I guess the other side.
Yeah, or it's probably going to be like multiple objectives that you can fight over, like capture the flag or stuff like that. But at the end of the day, again, this is Chivalry. And with a probably a slightly better skin at the end of the day.
And a few extra moves.
And so I look at it going, if you're going to limit it to 4v4, I've lost interest. If you had 8 versus 8, I'd be way more interested.
See, it's 4v4, but then each team has a set amount of NPCs, which I actually think it's a great idea because then you have, bodies that you're going to have fun. You're not just going to go in and get destroyed the whole time by some guy who's OP. So you'll actually have people to attack and stuff to do besides killing other players.
Just some casual fodder.
That's actually a reasonable point, in terms of playability. You do have the NPCs, but if they screw up the NPCs, it's gonna be like a MOBA NPC, which is cannon fodder. As long as they're a reasonable level of difficulty.
So what do we have here? We've got Vikings, Crusaders,
Samurai, and what looked like a type of.
No, so far they've just got 3.
Jish.
They've just got 3. Like the.
Oh, those are the same ones.
Yeah, Knights, Vikings, and Samurai.
Oh, brutal.
One of the coolest moves is right here. He does a half sword, and and that's just. I bet everyone was looking at it and was like, hey, that's not how you use
Yeah,
swords.
he grabbed his sword on the end and then used the.
But little do most people know
stab him in the
that's
face.
an actual move.
I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I really do.
move.
I think it's going to be a good game.
And they've got female characters as well. That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
there's a lot of female protagonists at this E3. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I think
Tumblr.
Thanks, Gamergate.
Yeah, thanks, Gamergate. I hate to say it, but if it's almost like lip service. If you do it for the sake of doing it, not for the sake of actually making a difference.
The guys who were hosting the stream that I was watching, they've got a drinking game, and one of the things on the drinking game was down a shot every time a woman appears on stage.
Oh my gosh, you guys are fucked up.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Some people were running.
Right, so
some people were running out of liquor.
Number one pick from all of E3. The number one thing you're most excited for, Gian?
I'm gonna say Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Like,
okay.
I don't want to believe. I don't like. In the back of my mind, there's the image of Todd Howard in little Polaroid picture, and don't believe his lies. But I want to. I really want to. And also, I'm gonna get this game anyway. The modability is like 70% of the fun of the thing.
And the fact that the Xbox said you could take PC mods and put them on the Xbox One. That's
which,
huge.
Which, by
that's
the way,
huge.
is going to be great.
Yeah, that's huge.
Because you're going to get moms complaining to Bethesda about their kids having porn mods on
Which
the
Fallout's
Xbox.
an M-rated game anyway, so
yeah, your kid
good job, parents.
That. Yeah, if your kid's playing Fallout to begin with, you have
no, but it's
Excuse me, Rockstar.
But it's America.
The gentleman in the game Grand Theft Auto said the F word, and I don't appreciate it. My 12-year-old is playing right now.
Don't you love living in America where violence,
yeah.
horrendous violence, is all right? But
you can blow someone's head off.
As soon as you show a nipple, people's heads just explode.
Just don't have any of it.
I was always wondered if when evangelists go to Europe, if their heads just blow up when they watch TV. If anybody's ever been to Europe and watched TV, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, Justin, go. Number one.
We didn't talk about it, but No Man's Sky.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And the other one I'm excited for is two I'm actually excited for. Rainbow Six Siege, because I've already played it.
Right.
I was in the alpha for it. I can't talk about it because it's NDA.
Right.
It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. Tight quarters. It's a lot like Counter-Strike, but everything's destructible. I love that.
Can you say if you shoot people in there?
What's that?
Can you say if you shoot people in the game?
Yeah, you shoot people in the game.
Okay. Are there hostages?
There are hostages.
Do you
Although the one thing I noticed, and this might be just because it's the alpha, if you look at the E3 demo they did where they show the hostage, she's interacting, she's moving, she's scared, and in the alpha version, she just sits there like a plant.
Just like blindfolded and tied down.
Yeah, doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And the other one I'm excited for is, like I said, No Man's Sky.
Right.
That and a small one that nobody probably cares about, which is Rising Storm 2.
I was actually kind of interested.
Yeah,
in seeing
I
that.
love
It piqued
Red
my
Orchestra.
It's the Vietnam edition.
Yeah, so I
Ooh.
mean, I love Red Orchestra. I've played Red Orchestra 1 and 2. I've played Rising Storm. I thought when they went to Pacific, it was pretty good, but the original Red Orchestra 2 is better. I think the fact that they're going to Vietnam is awesome, as long as they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Battle Cry, this game by Ubisoft kind of looks interesting.
Yeah,
right?
it just looks like the Blizzard one.
Yeah, it does.
What's the one, Blizzard Overlord or whatever?
Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch.
I to go with the fanboyishness, I was still so excited about Halo 5. After playing through the beta and the multiplayer and then seeing what else they're adding to it, and again because of the storyline, I'm just really excited for it. With a slight caveat, asterisk to the side. I know it wasn't a huge presentation, but Ratchet and Clank. Because for me, that was one of the first games on the PS2 that I really kind of fell in love with as an earlier teenager. And so I just have this soft spot for Ratchet and Clank, and I'm excited for the movie to come out because I think that given how we've gotten so much better at things like the comic book movies, I think that we're probably getting closer and closer to the day and age where video game movies can be done well. Because I think we're getting better at that level of sci-fi.
Like The Last of Us.
Like The Last of Us.
So two other ones that I just want to touch on real quick because I'm a big indie guy. I like indie games.
Yeah.
Cuphead.
That looked really good.
Cuphead
That
looks
looked
really
fantastic.
cool. I'm a huge fan of the old
So
school
stylized.
Popeye shows. So
man.
it's really cool what they're doing. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play it.
It
looks
seems
awesome.
like it's just going to be a really easy-going...
No,
it looks
no,
hard.
it's a bullet hell.
very
I'm
difficult.
not saying it's an easy game, but it feels like, because of the style, like a very easy-going game.
Yeah.
You know?
It looks like a game that would be easy, like, I don't know, it's easy on the eyes, but it would just frustrate the ever-living shit out of you.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the other one?
The other one we didn't talk about that I really can't wait for is Trackmania Turbo. I played Trackmania. I've played 1 and 2 and Nations, and Turbo I'm excited for.
Gotta
you guys
go
probably
fast.
don't know what Trackmania is.
I saw that demo.
only by
Gotta go
name.
fast.
Yeah, it's basically you just create wild tracks and you try to get the best time. And
Yeah.
you race against your friends, but they're crazy tracks, and the mod community is great. They do a lot of cool things. So I'm excited to see what they do with Trackmania.
And just to be fair, because we don't say anything about Nintendo, partially because as YouTubers,
Nintendo's digital event was stupid.
it was really dumb. And
Yeah.
and the other unfortunate thing is they're so
Using puppets was a perfect example of how retarded they are.
yeah. But again, they're so against what we do with YouTube and such, and they're so not controversial, but adversarial. It's really frustrating. But I have to say, this kind of looked pretty fun. To be able to go in. This is a very basic concept.
Yeah, you create your own Mario game.
Yeah, like creating your own levels in a game is nothing new.
I do
But I
like
think
though
all of
that
us
they have all the different versions of Mario.
Right,
You're not stuck
yeah.
to the old school 8-bit.
Right, totally. And so I think that there's something to be said for that, and that's kind of cool. I think we could actually have some fun creating some crazy Mario levels, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all I want to say on it. It looks kind of cool.
I really don't care about Nintendo.
Nope.
I haven't for quite a while. I should take that back. I have a DS, and I love my DS. I really do. I like my
Pokemon.
DS a lot.
I want to see Pokemon Stadium on the Wii U.
I want to see a Pokemon game on the Wii U. It doesn't have to be
No, there-
Stadium.
Well, no,
I
there's
want a
Pokemon
full-
games.
No, I mean I want a full Pokemon game on the Wii.
That's kind of cool to be linked. Yeah. I don't want to deal with the whole.
Gotta catch them all, bitch.
We're gonna play the fake the toy Pokemon arena game. No, I want to see.
I want
like
Pokemon
legit,
Snap.
yeah, I want to see a
take
legit
pictures.
Pokemon game.
I want to
So
see Pokemon Fight Club.
bring me Pokemon Nintendo, and then I will love you
porn.
more, and I won't dislike you quite as much. But overall, while there was plenty that we can always rag on with any E3, there was still a lot that was really good and a lot of stuff that's exciting. I just think that we're going to end up waiting too long for a lot of it.
Yeah. I'm okay with waiting though, as long as they come out with good products.
Yeah.
I'm I'm not impatient anymore.
I'm
I've got plenty of games to play. I'm still like maybe 15-20% into The Witcher 3, and I've been playing it forever.
Yeah.
So am I.
It's like, good lord, Geralt.
I'm not even going to touch it.
I don't know why you wouldn't touch it, because it's one of the best games ever
The
created.
time.
But
Dedication to the time. I know that I wouldn't be able to get into it enough to really appreciate it for what it is. And so,
Yeah,
You don't have to get into it.
How many hours have you spent in the game?
Just
At
play
least
it. You just
30.
play it. I don't know what.
No, that's true.
Well, okay,
That's-
let's be
okay,
honest. I don't know what you mean by get into it.
Okay, I like to go in and with a story-driven game, beat the game.
it's story driven, but there's so much extra you can do.
Right, and so like
Like the first 3
There's
days,
gonna-
I just did Witcher contracts.
there's gonna be the part of me that's like I'm spending
That's
so
all
much
I
time
did.
doing other stuff. I want to be able to get through the storyline, and maybe if I let all the other stuff go, I could. But the time that it would take to do it appears more than what I could dedicate to the game right now.
Yeah, I think they said a single player run,
Just
a
quit your
speed
job.
run was like 20-something hours or something like that.
and that's not that bad, but
That's a speed run, and it's 20 hours.
Yeah, nah.
That's a long ass.
It's all right.
game,
Just
dude.
quit your job.
That's
Yeah.
why I didn't show up that week to do the podcast.
I knew it.
I was playing.
I knew it. You
I
said
was-
it was your AC, and I'm like, no, it's
No,
not.
no,
It's
no,
The
no,
Witcher.
The week before that. The week before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My AC's still broken though.
Oh, that's- well, all right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Go watch something else. Be sure to subscribe and do all the stuff that we appreciate.
Yes.
It gives us a reason to do this instead of my job.
Square Enix 1.
He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Bye.